Welcome back, my good Tarzans and Janes. This is your Unfudged Buana with another episode of I Played a Thing, Tokyo Jungle. As a matter of fact, the final episode. With every animal bagged, there's nothing left to do but read a few archives and finish off the last story mission. A simple objective, but a momentous one, for it is today that we decide the fate of humanity, and perhaps even the world itself. For even as the cities are reclaimed by nature, nature herself sickens and dies, choked by toxic smog, and increasingly overrun with long-extinct beasts of a bygone age. The future of the planet now rests upon the shoulders of two little dogbots. But before we rejoin our Aibo friends, let's browse through the library one last time. Memory Log 5. Transport AI types D1 to D5 must strictly guard against information about the project falling into the hands of the 2027 population. In particular, they must never hear of their forced transport to the year 2215. Yeah, they're not even beating around the bush now. They're hiding what's going to happen to them from the people of 2027, and they're just coming right out with their cards on the table, calling it a forced transport. Just to recap, since it's been kind of a while, the people of 2215 have pretty much ruined the planet. Due to pollution and other environmental destruction, the Earth is no longer habitable. And because they've got so much space junk surrounding the planet as well, they can't even leave to seek out new worlds. So, what they're going to do is send themselves back to 2027, while sending the 2027 population into the doomed future, because the conservation of mass requires that they send things forward the same time they send things back. I think that's more or less correct. Moving on. Memory Log 6. The forced transport is planned for 1500 hours on October 22nd, 2027. At the same time, Transport AI Type D5 will commence Phase 3, raising transducer output to maximum, and then executing a program that will start the relocation of the whole population of 2215. 1708, the same day. Phase 4 commenced upon relocation completion, now standing by for future instructions. So it looks like the plan is moving along more or less as expected. Will these trends continue? Let's find out. Memory Log 7. Emergency Command Code. Nearly all Transport AI Type D units have been forcibly transported along with the whole population of 2027. It seems this was caused by the biosystem based on human DNA sequences. The remaining units that failed to be transported due to the biosystem's failure to activate now must engage in an all-out project recovery effort. They are to restart the space-time transporter ASAP and start the transport of the 2215 population. Yeah, looks like things didn't continue to go smoothly. All of the humans of 2027 were sent along with the Transport AI Type D types. Type D types, good job me. That referring to one particular type of the Aibo. And those were supposed to bring the 2215 folks back to 2027. So all of humanity is currently kinda stuck in the doomed future, and the 2027 people are starting to ask some uncomfortable questions, I'm sure. Huh. Well, we have a problem, and also, who's to say if this is gonna work out at all? I mean, all of the testing that was done when they sent the technology back to 2027 seems to have screwed things up a bit. The rising toxicity and the prehistoric animals showing back up, that was never supposed to happen. Well, no way of knowing how it all ends up but to finish up the story. So, let's get down to business. Ah, memories. Act 14, Tokyo Jungle. The reason mankind vanished. The forgotten mission of the robotic dog. The robotic dog feels reality closing in. Has this tale reached its end? Well, it will very shortly. Act 14, The Robotic Dog's Journey. Is this the facility behind the disaster?
This is it. Now, come on, hurry.
I can't help but think our supervisor seems a little creepy, at least in the visual department. Kind of got an Ed 209 thing going on. I think we're much cuter. And the area I'm about to enter is the one that I redacted when I was picking up the last archive. I really think it's a lot more powerful if you see this for the first time in the actual endgame, but at long last we are going to see it. And if you check the map now, by the way, the location now shows underground facility. And we are headed for the monitor room. Down, down we go. Deeper into Shibuya Ward. Speaking of which, yeah, this really is a hell of a thing. It's impressive they were able to build all this without ever tipping off the population of the Shibuya above ground. But they did, and, well, it's going to decide the fate of humanity, past and future. Present and future, I should say.
The transducer control room lies ahead. Activating the transducer system completes mankind's relocation from the future. This will end the current state of disaster.
Mankind's relocation? Is that why people have vanished from the face of the Earth?
That's right. The people of this age have been transported to the year 2215.
Why?
Earth can no longer support life in 2215. The people of that time had to travel to the past. For this purpose, the people of this age had to be transported to the future.
Because there wouldn't be enough food and land for everyone?
Partly. Conservation of mass, a quirk of the transporter tech. It was a combination of factors. But the plan was to relocate the present-day man and the future population back to replace them. That was our mission.
It's funny we can't remember any of this. A storage error, I suppose. We don't know if the IBOs are running solid state or magnetic media. 2027, I'd hope they'd have some decent flash memory at least.
Now, let's activate the system. The population exchange should be complete now, and so too our mission.
But how can the people of the future even exist if their ancestors have disappeared?
That's not how it works. They're not changing the past, they're simply coming to live here. In any case, there's no turning back now. What's done is done.
And when man arrives from the future, what will become of the animals here?
The beasts that infest the city are of no use to humankind. They will likely be exterminated in an effort to reclaim the city.
Do you really think we're doing the right thing?
Are you sure you're all right? You should go in for repairs once the transfer is complete. The time is near, ERC-003. Our masters will soon be here. Let's retire to the storage module.
Well, we've got quite the ethical dilemma here. This is why we were created. This is our purpose. To restore humankind. But I'm really worried about what'll happen to the animals. Still, again, this is the very reason for our existence. And if we don't do this, then humanity will die out. We don't want to have that on our hands. Mother, Father, I'm sorry.
No need to think about it. Simply fulfill the mission with which you were tasked.
Well, I suppose that concludes our story. The people of 2215 will have another chance, and Tokyo Jungle will become a mere city once again. But that's really not a very satisfying conclusion, is it? Just kind of slams the door shut and all the animals of Tokyo Jungle. The bear sensei and the yokozuna, the lions, hyenas, what's going to become of them? Going to be quite a slaughter, isn't it? Yeah, the Aibo had a very good question there. Were they really doing the right thing? Perhaps we should take a look at the road not taken.
The population exchange should be complete now, and so too our mission.
But how can the people of the future even exist if their ancestors have disappeared?
That's not how it works. They're not changing the past, they're simply coming to live here. In any case, there's no turning back now. What's done is done.
And when man arrives from the future, what will become of the animals here?
The beasts that infest the city are of no use to humankind. They will likely be exterminated in an effort to reclaim the city.
Do you really think we're doing the right thing?
Are you sure you're all right? You should go in for repairs once the transfer is complete. The time is near, ERC-003. Our masters will soon be here. Let's retire to the storage module.
This is quite the ethical dilemma we have here. And why do I have the strangest sense of déjà vu? You know what? The people of 2215 had their shot, and they completely shit up the place. Yeah, this isn't a decision you can make lightly, but... Again, they had their chance, and if we bring them back, how do we know they're not gonna completely shit up the place all over again? And the animals of Tokyo Jungle did nothing wrong. They're fighting to survive even now in the conditions the humans created. This is their city now, and I won't just abandon Mom and Dad.
I don't think so.
You idiotic hunk of junk! Have you gone mad?
They have no right to live if they intend to indiscriminately slaughter animals.
Not so hasty now. Without man who'll repair and maintain us, we'll eventually cease to operate.
I don't care. I'm a wolf, not a machine. I'm going to live and die with my family.
You are in a metal body controlled by an AI routine and talking about a life?
Stop it!
You stupid, stubborn strap heap! Looks like you're in need of a clean install.
And we are gonna have to fight it out. Nothing too difficult, we just have to dodge as best possible. Try not to take too long because our hunger is decreasing. Ooh. He does have quite a bit of health. But bit by bit, we're taking a few hits along the way, but we are decisively winning the damage race. We can't quick kill, we can just shake and do as much damage as possible before he shakes us off.
We need to halt the system and seal the facility.
They're dexterous little robots, aren't they? An emergency alert has been issued. This facility will now be sealed. Uh-oh. I think the cops have just arrived. And we're gonna have to take them down. Fortunately, we can quick kill these ones. Anyway, it looks like we've got an escape route open now, and not much time to escape with it. So we'd better get a move on. Lots of stamina, fortunately, so we can hop along at a somewhat improved clip from just straight out running. Lots of targets on the radar, though. That's a little worrying. Looks like we've got some more eyebos there. Whoops. Oh well. We don't have to fight this crowd off, we can just run for it. Oh, present though. Good, we might end up needing that. Hey, knock it off. This would be a nice spot for a nap, but we just don't have the time. Well, they are persistent, aren't they? Right through the air ducts, right on our heels. But we can outrun them. And no time for you, gentlemen. It's not your city anymore. Time for the proper animals to take it back. Oh, stamina, while generous, is not unlimited. I was not watching my stamina bar there. Also getting a bit peckish. I might have to take a drink of that water in the near future. Unfortunately, it is not possible for us to eat the other eyebos. Although we are powered by organic matter, we can't just chew it out of our brethren. Stamina's recovering quite slowly. It looks like we're going to have to fight again in any case. No more running for the moment. Fortunately, these ERC-2000s do stun quite easily. And if they're going to give us counter kills, that'll make matters even easier. Wow. When we rejected our mission, we really set things down a difficult and complicated road, didn't we? Well, sometimes taking the principled stance means making a few sacrifices and dealing with a little hardship. One more to go. You get back here. Oh, two more to go. I didn't see the other one hiding there. That one didn't want to stun easy either. It does look a little bigger than the others, though. That would account for it. And there we have it. Hunger's starting to really diminish. Dwindle, actually, is the word I was looking for there. But we do have a bottled water and possibly something else here. Ooh, good pet food. And that's right, I picked up some other pet food along the way. Things are reaching such a climax, I'm forgetting what I did a few moments ago. Nah, just my memory sucks, that's about it. So I can really relate to our protagonist here. That's unfortunate. I think we're gonna have to fight it out again. With considerably more dangerous opponents than Miraibo. And we can't quick kill these guys because they're size 5.
But we're actually kind of punching above our weight here. It's not going too bad. And they do tire relatively easy, so that helps matters as well. The way is open, timer's still ticking, but, well, maybe the way isn't quite so open after all. This would be a real good time to have a bite to eat. Good, good. Oh, nope, we are going to have to fight it out. Oh, at least done a little easier than I quite expected. We're going to have to watch out for that spin they like to do when they jump up into the air and come down sabers first. Get over here. Whew. We're taking a little more of a beating this time, not terribly surprisingly. We do have some pet meds if we end up needing them. You're tougher to stun than your buddy there. Really good at stunning us, too. But we've got the side of righteousness and we will not be stopped. Also medicine. Hey, knock it off. I'm on a timer here. Ha! Okay, do we have a clear path finally? Well, no, apparently we do not. Got some sort of winged eye bow, and yep, there goes the door again. Uh-oh.
Surprised?
Why, it's you!
Return to the control room. It's not too late.
I don't think so.
Then I have no choice but to destroy you.
And if I recall correctly, we have got ourselves a final boss. Well, let's take out the minions first. That seems like a pretty sensible thing to do under the circumstances, considering how easily said minions tend to go down. And this is a particularly unique boss fight, because not only is it on a timer, but we've got an enemy with projectiles and unique attacks. Likes to dash around a bit when he does that, that sort of powering up sound and animation. Ah, more minions. Maybe we don't want to waste time on quite that many. ERC-X Mark II is our target. But I'm not above taking a counter kill if I get the opportunity. Like so. Alright, Mark II. Oh, that dash attack. No fun at all. I think it'd be a good idea to pop a little more medicine hereabouts. Took a little bit of a crushing there. Yep, missed the counter kill. That can happen. Yeah, definitely don't want to waste any more time with the minions than we have to. Because there is clearly no small supply of them. But I will take those counter kills when I get the chance. Damn, Mark II, do you ever stun? We've only got about 5 minutes left here. Looks like he does get a little worn down after doing a string of attacks, especially if there is special attacks. Ooh. Oh dear. Kinda forgot about that attack. I think what I need to do is jump over it. I tried to dodge dash through it, and that doesn't work. We don't get iframes like that. But we can always try again. Unfortunately, that does mean we're going to have to redo the entire boss sequence. And hey, we made it through reasonably well before. We should make it through again. Ah, could have had a counter kill there. Oh well. Not gonna get too fancy about it. We got plenty of health power-ups. I'm just gonna slug it out and take the stun damage when I can. That one went down easy. Won't catch me complaining, though. Alright, you know the routine, Mr. Smiley Don. Let's get it over with. Seem to have a pretty good handle on dodging the flying attack. So that may actually be beneficial when they decide to do that. Gives us an opportunity to beat on them safely for a while. Ha! Now if you would kindly take a stun so I can chew on you for a little while. I don't have all the time in the world here. That's more like it. X Mark II. We meet again for the second time and hopefully for the last time. I don't want to tempt fate too much here, so I'm just gonna go ahead. Oh, I lost all my pickups. That sucks. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and use one anyway. See if there's another package over here that I missed. Indeed there is. And I'm just gonna ignore the minions as much as possible. I might not even go with the counter kills when they let me. I'll dodge, of course, but I might not try for the counters, because that does eat up some time and takes me a little farther away from Mark II. Ugh. Yeah, stun locking can be a little bit of a bother in this fight. Keep dodging just a little too late on that. Ow, 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 ow. Is it time? We'll play it a little more conservatively. Hell no. Okay, the minion situation's getting a little bit untenable here. We're gonna try and finish this as soon as possible. Hard to deprogram myself with the instinct to hit that counter kill button immediately. Alright, that is our second to last pet medicine. We're gonna have to finish this thing as quickly as possible before we have any horrible accidents like getting quick killed or what have you. I think that's the laser. Yeah, just gotta jump rope it. And that seems to have worn him out a little, which is more than helpful. If we could just get a stun and do that extra damage, that would be all the better. But X Mark II does seem to be rather difficult to get those stuns off on. Getting a little bit better at appropriately reacting to his tells, though. Uh-oh. Okay, wasn't enough to stun lock me to death, just to take a couple extra hits. Ah, damn it. Well, we're clear of... I spoke a little too soon. I was about to say we're clear of minions there. Alright, that's our last health restore. I'm gonna have to be careful from here forward. Oh, and we're combining the jump rope with the projectiles. That is not a happy time. Now stop jumping around. Got no time for the minions either. Oh, laser time again. Isn't that super? Yeah, I can't be doing this. I don't have any more health ups. Ah, thought I could finish him off before the dash. Where the hell am I? I lost track of myself. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, it's all gone wrong. But I'm not quite dead. Are we gonna pull this... Oh. Okay, I'm still not quite dead. Will we pull off the upset? We will. Alright, time's a-wasting, and we are at critical health. Gotta make a run for it. Oh, hungry too. Alright, well, we don't want to mess around with that. Oh shit. Double oh shit. I cannot afford to take a hit from anything at this point in my life. Shit, 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 shit. Oh, shit. The facility has been sealed. Huh. You know, when I first went through this game, I did this correctly on my first try. Yeah, doesn't look like anything of that sort's gonna be happening again. I'm not gonna make you watch the boss sequence again. We're gonna cut on past this, hopefully to a more successful end. Huh, that's more like it. It helped that my pattern recognition skills actually kicked in this time, and I was able to realize that he would go for the laser or the projectile shot every time he recovered from his two-part dash. That was kind of key. Didn't do great on time this time. But it looks like the timer actually stopped. I didn't notice that before. This time I'm going to conserve my dashes, save my stamina to get through the really tough parts. And I do have a pet food left over for when it becomes necessary. Really gotta haul ass through these closing doors, though. Oh, 003, you were heartbreakingly close. But even a metal body can only take so much. You'll be remembered, though. Sleep well, little Ibo, and let's hope that the Earth can heal its wounds, and the next species to rise does better than the humans. And for properly completing the story, we get ERC 003 and 2000, which is the minion type. Look at those base stats. We can't actually afford them right now, but I'll have to grind up some survival points so we can maybe play around with them in the Omake. Or maybe not, because we do have ERCX as well from the DLC. And stats are pretty similar. You will notice they have really high base stats in most areas except for speed, hunger, and only middling attack power. But, yeah, the other thing about the Ibo is that they do have to eat, but they cannot mate. I mean, that's just not going to work. So, they cannot pass on any stats to the future generation. All stat gains will be temporary. They don't have to worry about aging, though. They can keep going, on their single generation for as long as you're able to hold out. Yeah, that is just a huge jump in cost there. I hadn't remembered that aspect. Well, that's about it for Tokyo Jungle, folks. We are going to do some Omake with some of the DLC critters. A few of them are pretty much palette swaps, but the more unique ones we'll play around with a little. And I don't know if I'm going to grind out those survival points for 003, but we do at the very least have X. We can take him out, and there are a few others that have pretty unique mechanics as well. It took a while to get here, but I do hope you enjoyed the journey. I certainly did, and I certainly enjoyed having you along with me. I've got my next two games picked out, one from the 16-bit generation and the other of more recent vintage, but they're both going to be blind. Yes, I'm going to be going into the next two with no experience whatsoever, much like I did with the Dog Island, and so we can discover them together and perhaps laugh at my fumblings. For now, though, it's time to wish the animals well and take our leave from the Tokyo Jungle. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, I remain and that's game, Hendrix. Today's sad end and sadder end have been brought to you by Justin Carpenter, Nolden, Zangamarth, Charlie Dunst, Anonymous Benefactor, John Madigan, Sanguine Games, Misha Van Doren, Frank Grizzy, Tim J., Lolo de Puzzlo, Joshua C. Ritchie, Jared C. Rice, Sonic Rose, E.X. Potemkin, Alicia Goranson, Mechasaurus, D.G. Jono, Doug Russell, August Fortnite, Patrick Bellinger, Rob Lyons, Andy Kurland, Jarogue, Martin Schallenmakers, Mayo the Hedgefox, Hildegard Agelmach, and other very generous architects of this urban jungle. My appreciation, of course, goes out to all commenters, subscribers, and watchers as well. Thank you all again, and I hope to see you soon for some blind 16-bit shenanigans. Till then, be well.